I'm just going to say a few words about ferrocerium, which means ferro coming from the word iron, and cerium, which is a rare earth metal, and these are used to make a rod, and in my case the rod has a little deer antler grip, and the rods were originally made in Austria about 100 years ago. So for the scientists amongst you, the rod is made up of 76% rare earth, 20% iron and 2% magnesium. Hello, it's a lovely cold morning here in Durham. It's just about freezing, maybe a little bit above because there's some drops of water from the trees, but not a good day to try and light a fire because we've had 3 days of rain prior to this. Unfortunately, these little branches have been absolutely soaked by the recent rain. It's going to take some really good kindling to get this started if we're going to use this wood. I'm not even going to attempt to get a fire going with these little logs or sticks. It's incredibly pretty, but there isn't an awful lot to start a fire with. I might try collecting some of these pieces of grass. I've got these pieces of grass which I collected before. I've brought them in. Hopefully they're going to dry out nicely in a few hours. I've decided to make a tinder box. The lid screws on and hopefully should keep the tinder kindling dry. If not, first of all I want to test whether this tinder box is watertight, so I'm going to put on the lid and test it underwater. I'm testing the tin without anything in first to see if it's watertight. Unfortunately that's got water in. So we're using a Tesco freezer bag, which I'm assured is going to do the job. Very good, Jackie. That hasn't got any water in it whatsoever. So I've got some old envelopes. That's a good way to get rid of the bills. Some pine cones with eucalyptus bark. My little tinder box, which will go inside one of these freezer bags, and then some leaf litter which is fully dried out. It's been dried out for weeks because Jackie was going to use it for flower arranging. I've got an ample supply of kindling. I'm going to see if I can set fire to the tinder now. I can get a spark with the ferro stick. Let's go and see if I can transfer this. Secret is to see if we can get some of these pieces of wet twigs to light. The ferro stick was almost impossible to get the fire going. It's not the easiest of tools to use. So unfortunately the fire didn't survive at all. We didn't get the wet sticks dried, and I don't think the eucalyptus made much impression either. So you know the old saying, if at first you don't succeed, give up. Eventually we got the starting block lit. Whether it says it'll stay on for 2 hours, but whether it does or not, whether it'll dry out these wet twigs, that'll be worth looking at. I'm quite impressed with this little fire starting log from Home Bargains. I'll come out in an hour and see how it's getting on, see whether these wet twigs have actually gone out. It's well over 2 hours now, and we've still got some good embers, so I'm impressed with this. If you liked the video, please press the like button, the bell for future notifications, and consider subscribing. Thank you.